Can you turn on other light? There's one more light.
Just muting everybody right now. You'll have to unmute yourself when you start talking. Thank you.
Okay, 2 seconds and we'll be live.
If any of you want to share on your Facebook, you can go ahead and we'll send you the link later with Shobha Arya's, and then you can share from her Facebook onto your Facebook.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Society Behind Wow, Episode 5. I'm your host and host, Shobha Arya, and with me is my dear host and co-host, Dr. Anu Mehta.
Namaste, everybody, and welcome to this wonderful show, Society Behind Wow. Society Behind Wow is an initiative created by none other than Shobha Arya, the lady right here, and she has created this to awaken spirituality in people.
To awaken our spirituality means to recognize our true self and our soul. The soul awaken gets the soul awakens when we get into the space of self-realization. We are all learning, making mistakes, and creating opportunities. I feel that it is time for us to awaken and retrospect our life. This will help us to realize the power within us and give us the tools to channel this power for our own good and for the others by receiving divine energies.
In our daily routine, we have lost our true self by running aimlessly to make money, and we are valuing our inauthentic self image. Some call it the rabbit hole spirituality. We are constantly falling into endless rabbit holes of new trends, exciting practices, and sparkly feel good philosophies. Self realization is a knowledge and embodiment of our true nature or higher self beyond ego. So, this journey of Society Behind Wow is learning to unlearn, where we can share our daily routine and life experiences to learn and grow from each other.
Thank you, Anu. Let's welcome our two guests for the evening, Miss Poonam Mehta from Hong Kong and Otel Peleg from Israel.
This is
Hi, everyone.
hi. Isn't this truly unity in diversity, where we have people from across the globe, from different
Right.
nationalities, and from different mindsets? Let me introduce to you Otul. He's a dear friend, and Shobha Arya said, he's from Israel. And he is somebody who's into music and sound. And he also does sound meditation. Not just that, he's a developer and a music maker. Guys, the music that he's going to be playing with us today, he's actually created that instrument. He's also trained in meta health, and he's a family man, and above all, something that really fascinates me, he's a surfer, something I've never done, and maybe it should be on my bucket list to do it one day. So let's hope one day I will able to learn surfing, from Otel, maybe from you. So welcome Otel to the show, Society Behind Wow.
Thank you, Poonam, for the wonderful introduction for Otel, and we really openly and wholeheartedly welcome you, Otel, to this show. Thank you. Our second guest is Ms. Poonam Mehta, as mentioned, from Hong Kong, who has been a passionate bent towards teaching for over 56 years and has contributed immensely in the field of education, both in India and Hong Kong. She is associated with various organizations helping underprivileged children and their families like Dreams Home Orphanage, a shelter for street children, Sage Foundation, Be the Change Hong Kong Limited, promotion of racial harmony in Hong Kong. Not only that, she's an author of many children's books, and her recent published book is called Joyful Journey on a Bumpy Road. And what a title!
Wow, Poonam, you really are wearing many hats. Poonam,
Thank you. Thank you.
your book, Joyful Journey on a Bumpy Road, is absolutely worth a read. And I love the title. It reminds us of anyone's life. I don't think anybody's life is a straight. So,
You're
Joyful
right.
Journey on a Bumpy Road, my God. What inspired you to write this book, my dear?
Okay, very good question. I wanted to do my PhD. All right. So a friend of mine said, it'll take you 4 years, and now you're not going to get a job. You're already in your position where you are. So why do you want that? Why don't you start writing a book? And the thought didn't occur to me that I should write a book. It took me 4 years. In between, I just left. I said, no, I don't think I'm going anywhere. But I always keep everything in prayers. And she's encouraged. She said, bit by bit, you will do it. And finally, on 22nd of November, I had my book at Bookazine. Is one of the biggest stores in Hong Kong. And it's a success.
Wonderful. What's this book about, really?
Okay, if you ask me, people might think it's my journey, my life. Yes, I began there. But the fact is that when anyone takes small steps in life, any step is not necessary with money, that it leads to bring happiness to quite many. So as a little girl, if you read my book, I have been closely connected with friends and family. So whenever anybody needed help, I was always there. At the age of 13 also, I used to run to the hospital with my aunts and so on and so forth. So these are the things I've taken, but I didn't realize, what I'm doing. It was only God's plan. So years later, when somebody met me, she said, you did this for me. You remember this? I was going to commit suicide and, you rescued me. And I said, excuse me, I can't remember. Those are the memories I recall. And I said, okay, now I'm getting somewhere. I should start writing a book. So when I started writing, my message in the book is, please take small steps. It helps a lot of people, and you motivate them, and you will make a chain of people who can help each other.
Wow, what a wonderful idea. Shubha, could you please show us the book?
Yes,
Right?
this is the book.
Wow. And if you want this book, guys, all you need to do is connect with Shobha and she will courier this book to you. It's only for 250 rupees Indian currency. So you can always send that by the bank account transfer and Shobha will courier the book to you. So wonderful. Over to Shobha.
Thank you, Shubha.
Thank you, Poonam. I'm sure it's a lovely book, and like I have read the book, and I'm very inspired. And like you said, Poonam, I always believe in the same philosophy. Like you said, take small steps to reach big. So this society behind Wow is also a small step to inspire or get inspired, whatever you may want to take it as. So your journey with us and our journey with you in togetherness, I'm sure we can learn to unlearn a lot. So
Yes.
thank you so much, Poonam. Otel, coming back to you, Otel, tell us a little about your qualification and what you do exactly. Like Anu mentioned, you're a
Qualification.
sound, you are into sound meditation and many stuff. So we want to hear in detail exactly what is your qualification and what do you do?
Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for having me here, and thank you, Poonam, for sharing this space, and
Thank you.
everybody for listening. Um, it's a great honor, and well, I'll try to be brief about it, but I've been exploring breath and music from a young age, I guess from about 15. Started also trying meditating when I was in elementary school. Just somehow something happened and I got inspired to try meditation. And at some point, I found myself really attracted to the therapy field and to music. And I've learned some energy psychology methods for therapy. And at some point, I really asked why people are sick, and I didn't find any answers until I found Meta Health, and that's where I met Anu as well, and we were learning together this brilliant, amazing technique. So basically, that's my, I would say, official qualification about Meta Health coaching and some energy psychology methods. And what I do now in my daily life, I try to connect these worlds of music, of therapy, trying to resolve problems for people, not for them, but with them. I also use ice baths, and I deliver
Did you
retreats
mention
with
ice packs,
meditation.
if I heard right? Did you say ice packs?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I also do that, inspired by the Wim Hof Method. There's a brilliant technique called the Wim Hof Method from an amazing guy called Wim Hof from the
Mm-hmm.
Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been also cooperating with that in resolving people's traumas from the past and rejuvenating their body and getting more out of life. So yeah, and I make instruments. So this is a new instrument I've
Wow.
developed
Oh,
in the last
wow.
few
That
years.
looks interesting. It looks interesting.
Can you hear it?
Since it is your discovery, how do you call it? What have
Google.
you
It's
named
called Bajin.
Bajin?
Bajin. The name is Bajin. Yeah, Bajin. Inspired
Bajin.
from Japanese and from Chinese. So that's a new development from the last few years. And there's also this, which I've been making handmade instruments for the last 8 years.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
No, create one for me, haven't you?
What?
You're going to create one for me, right?
Yes, that's true. That's true, Anu.
New discovery.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Right. That
yeah,
was
hope.
really wonderful to know, or tell about this creation that you are doing and your energy psychology. Can you please throw light little on energy psychology? So meta health, we know, but what is energy psychology and what all modalities have you done besides meta health?
Well, I'll tell you what. The short story is that I've learned a technique called EFT,
Okay.
and matrix re-imprinting, and not officially, but I've learned some stuff from NLP and from EMDR and all kinds of techniques. But I found now a technique that works better from what I've learned. So it doesn't have a name yet, this technique, but I've seen amazing results, like crazy results. Like if I used to work on one trauma for like an hour or
Mhm,
maybe half an hour to like the minimum,
mhm.
now I can help someone resolve a trauma in a matter of minutes. And
Awesome.
and often I also see that people are finding it hard to even remember the
Mhm,
memory, or it just seems like a different thing, or
mhm,
it seems like it happened to a different person. And
mhm,
this all happens in a matter of minutes. And I got to experience lately doing that on a collective level. So a group of about 16 people,
mhm,
each person remembers a different memory.
mhm.
So nobody's talking about the memory. I don't need to know any details about the memory. And after about 5 minutes of a process,
Mhm.
I see resolution. I see people having relief from the trauma. And I work with sound, I work with the senses, it's a kind of a present moment, very rapid transition that really does yeah, it does the job.
Awesome. And you haven't named that modality as yet, you say?
No,
Everything
I'm
in
still exploring it. I'm still exploring it for and because I've seen like amazing results and they last because I've been trying it out for about 2 years now. So I know it lasts. I've seen yeah. So for now I'm still experimenting and not claiming anything, just trying to work it out, still getting from people testimonials. And at some point already, people ask me to teach them how I do that because the results are so rapid. And I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start next month teaching someone. So that will be the first person. As you said, small steps, right, Poonam? Small
Yes.
steps.
Right. Poonam said right. Small steps to big thinking.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I have a question. Are you selling your instruments or you just paid one of the kind?
No, he sells. He sells.
And
You can place the order.
I'm selling them. I'm selling them. We this a few years ago. This instrument called Bajin. We launched an Indiegogo campaign, so it was on crowdfunding, and we've sold pre-sold a few hundreds instruments, and I'm still kind of working it out how to manufacture it because we had a very intense year and a half now with everything that is happening in the world. So we had to freeze the production, but we're getting back to it now, and now in working on investments from people. So I'm doing meetings and yeah, it's going on. It's great. And the other ones I make handmade. So this I'm still making them every day.
Wonderful.
Good luck to you.
So I have
Thank
you.
both Poonam and Atul. If you can, Atul and Poonam, carry us through your childhood and what in your childhood basically pushed you to become the people that you have become. So let's start with Poonam first, and then we'll go on to Atul to understand what really influenced you or inspired you in your childhood. Or were there any events that happened in your childhood that really carried you and you wrote a book and you became so interested in underprivileged children, street children. On the other hand, Otto went on to create music. So I always believe that childhood is connected and you always get inspired by someone. So over to Poonam. Thank you.
Very good question. I have repeated this question a number of times. As a little girl, I was a teacher in the house. I used to teach my cousins, and I would sit on the steps of our building. So on the up, I'm there as a teacher. 2 steps down are my students. So I think it was like God's plan, if you ask me. But knowingly, unknowingly, I have become a teacher. I had no such idea that my career would be teaching. And jobs have always fallen into my lap. I was in college. I got an offer to teach in Sion. It is Guru Nanak School. So I went and taught. Then I took my training. I came to Hong Kong. I went for my daughter's admission. I got a job. But this has not been easy because to get a job for a Sindhi girl to work in school, my father was not in favor. So there was a big drama. Eventually he agreed, but girls should not be working. Came to Hong Kong, a wonderful mother-in-law that I've been blessed with. She's not living with me anymore. She's not living anymore. But she was the one who encouraged me to go ahead and do what I wanted to do. Then my husband and my children, my whole family supports me. So I've climbed the ladder from an ordinary kindergarten teacher, and then I became a curriculum director and so on and so forth, and became a deputy principal, and finally a principal of a school.
Wow. Wow.
I felt at that time I'm saturating. I need to do something for the community. So I came to India to help, where I met Maya Shani and other educators. And I built up my I would say not career, but I got connected with a lot of people in profession. And then I set up schools. So I set up 2 schools for Birlas, came back to Hong Kong after 2 years. And again, Be the Change was waiting for me. And I was asked to take over. So it's been 11 years that I'm the president of this institute where Shobha already said, helping ethnic minorities,
Yes.
counseling, everything under the sun, we provide them. And the reward we get is their smiles, their blessings. Yeah, they come burdened with a lot of things, but when they leave, that's my reward. And since we're under the charity, we get a lot of funds. And then I became a member of,
We call attention dissolver.
sorry?
You should
Sorry.
be called attention dissolver, someone who dissolves people's tension and transforms it into something meaningful. How beautiful.
But if you ask me, I met wonderful people, wonderful. Each day an angel walks into my office, I would say, practically, I want to help, I want to volunteer. And then also I was selected by a Hong Kong government. I am a member of HAD, Home Affairs Officer Department. And I've just climbed the ladder. And again, I will go back to say, it's God's plan for me. And God has plans for everyone. And people do look up to me, say, we want to look like you, we want to be like you, we want to do something like you. I said, come along, be my partners.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Wow. Let's go over to Otil and hear his story before we go over to Shobha. So, Otil, what is your childhood like?
Well, I guess that mostly it's about expression, and it was very free in the sense of just having the freedom to experiment and to create. So it's like if we didn't have something, that it was definitely a good idea to try and build it, because we can just make stuff. Because my father was building things all the time, and that was very good. And being a lot in nature, going around, surfing, very communicative, many friends. And I think that always having the ability to listen and to help people was something that I felt very natural with. So people used to ask me also some questions, and I used to try and give advice as well, but also trying to learn from listening and not making mistakes, because I listened to people talking about their stuff. Um, yeah, I mean, I see that because my father had cancer when I was very young, I always asked the questions, why people are sick, why it's happening. And he also was having depression and manic disorder. So he was one of the first people in Israel to get Prozac, which was, now we know it wasn't really working. I mean, it was more of a placebo pill, according to what I've learned now. But I used to ask a lot these questions, probably more internally, like why people are sick and why these things happen. And now every time I help someone with depression and share musical and freedom expression, I feel like it was all meant to be anyway. And like Poonam said, it's all God's plan. And I guess we just need to listen to the signs and follow
Right.
our hearts, and it's all there. It's just not about resisting our true self, and more about listening to what is calling us and what feels good. And if it feels good to do something, we need to just go and do that full power with all of our hearts, because it just feels good and it feels truth.
Wow. I mean, two people with beautiful hearts and beautiful deeds. Shobha, you've truly chosen the right platform and right people here. So over to you, Shobha.
Thank you so much, Anu. But before we move ahead, I have a question for Otel with his journey. Like he's been saying that he is always seeking an answer to why people get sick. So have you got that answer, Otel? And why do you think are people getting sick, or they are sick, or whatever? Is there an emotional connect to it, or what is it that they need to work on themselves? Why do
Well,
they get sick?
the way I see it, these are two factors. One is more big and vast, and the other one is more like very earthly. So I'll start with the vaster one. The vaster one is because we want to expand, we want to have the learning experience, we want to have transformation. And when we find ourselves in a rut and we don't feel good and we need to make changes, we have to learn a lot in order to make this change and moreover to make it last. So we want to have sustainable changes. We want to have our soul to develop, because that's how the universe just gets bigger and more sophisticated from our experiences, when we take whatever we get and we make something else from it and we grow. So that's one thing. That's why I think it will never stop. No, people will not just be healthy all the time, because it means we will be in some static form, and I don't think that is ever going to happen. That's just what I feel about it. And the
Thank you.
other thing is that
Yeah.
because we are eventually an organic organism, like we are experiencing things that are in the basic form of them are very territorial, very basic, primal, then we experience stress that is in some way threatening our livelihood. It could be our house, which is our territory. It could be our community. It could even be the world that we feel a part of. And even if it's just symbolic in our mind, our organism see that as a threat. And when there is a threat, there is a price to pay if we don't resolve that threat
Right, you said.
um, in a way. So it could be internally resolving. So saying something like, it's okay, I'm fine with whatever is happening and I'm relaxed. I'm meditating. I'm feeling good about me, about the situation, about everything. Or it could be something like there is a fire and I have a threat, and then I'm putting the fire off. So when I'm putting the fire off, I'm having stress. I'm having my whole nervous system is I have sugar in my external, like in my periphery, and my body's warm, and I'm fighting whatever I'm fighting. And then at some point, I will rest after I will have this resolved, and my body will have to rest because it needed a lot of energy. And that's the
Right.
way it works with almost everything, I guess.
Do you think emotions, the pent up emotions which are there in your body, also play up in your system, in your bodily system to make you sick?
Well, that is for sure, because the stress that I was talking about is something that could be a trapped emotion, or more of a repetitive um, form of thinking that is making us stress on a regular basis, which is creating and inducing the same emotional pattern that is in conflict. And when that happens for a long time, it really gets the body very engaged with that conflict, and it creates damage in our cells, which is anyway about transformation, and there's a reason for that, and it's all good. But there's definitely something to look at if someone is suffering from some kind of a disease or mental disorder that is making that individual not functioning in the ideal way. So is he or she are not experiencing the best version of themselves because they're
Right,
suffering from something.
right.
Yeah. May I say
Thank you
something?
so much. Yes, sure, Poonam.
Yeah, he rightly said emotionally trapped. Now, also, we don't let go.
Yes,
We don't let go and we accumulate.
correct.
And when we accumulate, we are taxing ourselves. So, what we have to do is bring that change, accept it, and bring the change. And the most important thing is forgiveness. We never let go of things and we don't know how to forgive. And we feel we
Absolutely,
are weak. If we
absolutely.
are forgiving, we are weaker person, a weak person. But no, forgiving is something the highest, I think, humanity form that people don't recognize it, but it should be there.
Yes. We just say it orally, but we really don't know how to forgive.
And we don't even forget.
Yeah, we don't even forget. And the moment that memory or that person is in front of you, immediately those thoughts strike you, and again you're back in that same zone. And that is how we are not. And that is my whole idea about Society Behind Wow. So what is happening is, everyday life, people are just running. Okay, they are just doing their things physically, but they are not self introspecting themselves.
Lot
They
of
are not.
competition.
Yeah, they are only in the competition, and that is not where we need to be connected now, you know. So thank you so much, Hotel. It was wonderful hearing you. We'll come back to you again. And over to Poonam again. Poonam, at your age, uh, you are young, beautiful, and dynamic. I must say
Thank
that.
you for the compliment.
So,
I'll take it.
yes. And can you please share your secrets with our viewers? What is your secret of being so youthful at this age?
Okay. I'll go back to start with God's plan for me. He's made me very unique. He's made me Poonam. And if I have to come back in this world, I want some corrections in my life, but I want to be Poonam. Okay.
Yeah.
The thing is that I'm a very positive person. I look at things very positively and I connect with people very easily. So when I connect with people, they also give me good energy because I meet the right people. So be it my friends, be it my family, be it my colleagues, I've always met nice people in my life. And they have also given me so much energy that I like to move on. I would say even motivate me, and I like to move on. So the best thing is to keep yourself happy first. If you're happy, you can give happiness. If you're not happy yourself, you cannot offer anything to anyone.
Absolutely.
And believe that good things are coming in your way. God is always in your favor.
So in short, if I may understand, Poonam, you are constantly radiating goodness, and only goodness is the secret of your youthfulness. Am I right?
You can say that. You can say that.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Thank
you so much. And over to Anu.
So, Otil, I'm really, intrigued by what I'm hearing. And I also know that in your life, because we did a show on you being an inspirational story. So I know from there that you have also faced many challenges in your life. So I really want to understand, why are challenges thrown in our life? And what did you learn from your challenges? And if you would like to share, what exactly was your challenge that you're facing, or maybe even facing right now? Thank you.
Thank you, Anu. I want to just react to something that I've heard regarding from Shubha about retrospecting our lives. It's just something that I was listening to when I was thinking about that. I think that the cure all, or the best way that I found to deal with that, is meditation. Because meditation is the way that we stop our automatic kind of going around this world in this race, and we're just kind of looking inside. So I just think that it's a free, always available method, and I just really want to encourage people to explore meditation on a daily basis, just to have these amazing benefits, because that's, yeah, it's just something that I really encourage, because it's just like always there for you. Now regarding your question, well, I guess that I never met anyone without a story. I know, there's no one that, I mean, really, everybody has a story where they had a very big challenge or several not as big, but smaller challenges, one after the other. But the way that we live in this global community is that everybody has a story and every person needs to have some kind of challenge to take them to the next level of their consciousness. And that's how the universe grows. So for me, I had several challenges that, to be honest, I'm not feeling very unique about them. I just feel that the way that I'm perceiving them is a way that I can help people with, in a way that I can share peace, because the actual challenge itself is something that is useful, like, the rocket ships when they go to space, like you have this back jet engine, and then the other part where it just at some point it needs to kind of let go of it, and then you just go into space and you're kind of floating around. So
Wow,
that
what an example.
so the challenge in a way just gives you fuel. It gives you that push where you need to go to your next step. And I used to talk about challenges more, but now I just feel that going to the army and having a sickness in the family and having all kinds of challenges is just something that I don't need to focus on. I just need to focus on the benefits of just experiencing the challenges and focusing on the way that it showed me to go at, and to experience peace and to experience a good feeling every day. Because when we feel good today and now, there's a good chance we'll feel good tomorrow. But if we are not experiencing a good feeling now, we are reducing the chance of a good feeling tomorrow. So it's all about the now and about good feelings and good things.
Absolutely.
Very right.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much, Otel. But having said what you said about the meditation, right? So I have always stressed that meditation keeps you and your mind, body, and soul in alignment and in the now. Having said that, to all my viewers watching this, including you, Otel, we would like to invite you on the 9th of May for collective conscious meditation and chanting on Mother's Day to bless Mother Earth, and also to have a oneness platform where together we all are chanting, we all are blessing Mother Earth and raising the vibrations on Mother Earth. So I welcome you
Thank
dearly,
you.
and I welcome you, Poonam, as well. I will
Thank
be
you.
sending you all the invites very soon.
Absolutely.
Coming back to Poonam, Poonam, we need to understand your perspective of being happy and healthy. So what I mean by that is, people have, like I said a little while ago, people have the misconception like going to gym and keeping yourself running marathons and keeping yourself slim is being healthy and happy. What is your perspective on that?
First of all, you have to be happy within you.
Absolutely.
You don't have to please anybody around. We are unique people. We all have our own strengths, our skills. We are blessed in different ways. So I cannot be somebody else.
Absolutely.
You see? So when you accept yourself, who you are, and you work on yourself. So if you're happy and you're really, your cup is full, you can always share, you can always give,
Right.
So happiness is not from outside, how I look, what I wear, but it's within. When I meet my friends, they give me a compliment. Poonam, you're in and out,
Yes.
Beautiful. And then again, I go back and thank the Lord. Even on the sofa that I sit every day, how blessed.
Gratitude. Gratitude.
Gratitude, yeah. That's the best attitude one can have.
Absolutely. And that is where we are lacking as humans, I feel, that is where
Yesterday,
we
I
are
had
lacking.
a workshop with my students, 14
Yeah.
students, talking about gratitude, So we have to make sure that this message goes to everyone, but not
Absolutely.
Sometimes thank you, God, for everything is nothing like that. You have to be very specific.
Specific is terrific.
And you have to be obedient to his word. If the
Yes.
Lord says, wait, I will fulfill what your desires or wishes are, I'm there, but don't doubt him.
Absolutely.
So
Have surrender to him with complete faith.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ortel, what is your perspective on this thing? Happy and healthy. How would you define that?
Well, I guess that we know what feels good. We know what doesn't feel good. Staying on the feel good things best. And even if we do something that it doesn't feel good, then it's a good indication about what does feel good. So it's very simple the way I perceive it. I like to experiment with ice baths. For several years, I've been taking ice baths regularly. Sometimes it's once a day, sometimes it's twice a day, sometimes it's once every 2 weeks. Depends on the season, depends on my time. And I believe that's great, and it keeps you happy, strong, and healthy, like my friend Mr. Hoff says all the time. Um, yeah, I guess that if your mind is healthy and you have peace, like you can make the right choices for better health, because that's what it is. It's about making the choices, and it's not necessarily about a specific nutrition. It's more, maybe it's not a lot about what you eat, but how much you eat and how frequently you eat, and how frequently you sleep and how good is your sleep. There's not just, there are not rules to go by, I guess. Just listening
Yes.
to yourself.
Right. Thank you, Ortel. Ortel, I'm very curious before I switch over to Anu. I'm very curious to understand from you. You just mentioned ice bath, and previous to that, you mentioned you're doing healing with ice packs. Can you throw light on how healing with ice packs work?
Yes. Well, well, it's well, okay. So first of all, I try not to focus just on that. It has its own benefits, but when I deliver a session with someone, usually we find challenges. Most of them are challenges from the past or fears from the future. And when there are there is resolution during this session, there is a feeling of something that has been done, there is something that has transformed during the session, then when you go on in an ice bath after a session, what you get is a form of success, overcoming fears on a very, very physical level, because it's something that you can really physically do right there, right now. Physically, you take yourself to the next level, you put yourself in something that is very, very challenging, and it creates a new growth of cells, because the body is getting a very, very intense dose of cold, and that makes the body feel like it's going to die for just a little bit, for 2 minutes. And the body gets into physical stress, which makes your mind very peaceful. Like, you have to be in meditation if you want to stay 2 minutes in the ice bath. You otherwise you just get up and leave, because it's not easy. It's like 1 degree Celsius most of the time. So you go in there and you get into a meditative state, and your body is very stressed, and when you come out, you feel alive, and you feel like you overcome something, and you feel
wow.
so like your body is feeling pumped and so good that it makes you feel very good on a physical level, together with that mental transformation you have discovered and went through. and it kind of seals the deal and gives you a dose of very good hormones. I found that people that take ice baths
Mm-hmm.
have better communication with people, because when you're in a survival mode,
Mm-hmm.
you need to communicate better.
Correct.
So, but it's still an exploring process. I have to say, it's like getting new realizations every week. I work with people.
I will definitely try a ice bath and I'll give you the feedback on how I feel. Okay.
Sure,
Me too.
sure.
Me too.
Thank you
Come
so much.
over.
Thank you so much, Hotel. And over to Anu.
Thank you.
So Poonam and Ortal, both of you, this is the question for both of you. We'll start with Poonam and then go to Ortal. I'm really curious to know your daily routine and what in your daily routine could you give, like saying that this is a must. This is what people, if they do during this, blessed time for some, jail time for some, difficult time for some, things will be much better for them. Okay. So I want you to first go through your daily routine, what you do when you get up in the morning, what's your routine like till you end your day, and then let's come up with what should people be doing according to would help them to cope up better with whatever is going on in their life right now. So over to Poonam first. Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful question. Uh, I wake up 6:30 in the morning, sometime
Wow.
earlier than that. And my day starts having quiet time in my balcony and talking to the Lord, because I face the ocean, a lot of plantation also. So I just feel the creation has given us so much. We have to be grateful. Then I write my prayers. Every single day I write my prayers. Then I have a group of people who want me to send them prayers. So I have got 36 on my chat. So I choose different prayers and I send them. So I start my day and I just have hot water to begin with. Then I love cooking. After my shower, I'll go. My children know, my friends know, I enjoy cooking. And I cook very fast, and especially Sindhi food. I'm
Oh,
very good.
you have to give us tips on how to cook
I will.
fast, Poonam.
Yes, very. And my friends are surprised. How do you do all that? Get ready and go to work. When I come to work, there's another new world for me. It opens up uh, something new every day, because I meet new people and they come uh, sharing their views. Or sometimes people have problems and they come, I counsel them. But this, again, I think it's a mandir. When I come here, I just feel I've come to the temple and this is what I have to do. The first thing you have to do in your job, anywhere, everything with integrity. Whether
Absolutely.
somebody's looking at you or not, you do it, and that's it. So by 6:30, I finish, go home with my husband back home, and I enjoy a good drink. My husband does, so he'll offer me every day.
Wow.
And also have a nice dinner and watch some TV. Kapil is my favorite. Just
Kapil is
watch
good.
it. Yeah. But along with it, I must say I have 5 grandchildren and 2 great grandchildren. My children, grandchildren, they come, my 2 little ones, they come and give me a lot of wonderful time, energy. I paint, they paint. I eat, they eat. I do home learning for my 5 years old child. So that gives me a lot of energy. Along with it, I would say I meet a lot of wonderful people. I will just talk a little bit about my book, how it started. I wanted to write this book when I was encouraged. Look at the cover of the book. I met this person, luck by chance. He's an artist and he's hand painted.
Wow.
Then I kept writing. I met people who were helping me edit all the time. And when I finished, I asked my former boss, Maggie, will you endorse it? She said very willingly. The words she's written it. Then we have a family friend who's a judge. Even he endorsed. Then somebody told me, have you given your children to read this book? I did, but nobody had time. The only person who had time is after I published the book, the person I've met, I haven't seen him, I never met him. Over the phone, he helped me publish this book. His name is Mr. Kandeep, but he did an excellent job. When I said, I want to print this book, he said, but I'm a creator. I didn't understand what this creator was, I create the pages, I'll do it for you. So page by page, it took me 2 months to go back and forth what he has done with the book.
Wow.
So my daughter-in-law was the first one to read the book in my family. And she says, Mom, if it comes from your daughter-in-law, I know I've done a good job. And she's a very intelligent, lovely person, She said, Mom, you've done such a good job. I really I enjoyed. Then somebody said, I got into the book when I was reading. I couldn't even stop reading. So having said that, we have challenges in life, but God really is there by your side. And this is the result. If you read the book, there is prayer of gratitude over here and the wonderful people I came across. So if you're asking me my day, I read good books. Yes. I buy books for my friends and family. I'm a converted Christian. So I go to the Christian shop and I pick up so many books that each and every one will say, yes, this is the book I've liked. I've enjoyed it. So although I respect all the religion, my day ends in the evening, grateful to the Lord. When I touch the floor in the morning, I'm thankful that I'm on my feet. When I touch the bed, and I'm thankful for the bed, for the pillows, for everything that I am covered with, So that's how my day goes.
Brilliant. So I think what we can pick up from Poonam's story is buy books, stay happy, say your prayers, and of course, never
Healthy food.
gratitude. Thank you so much
Gratitude.
for that beautiful insight. And let's go over to Otto. Otto, what's your routine like? You get up in the morning to the time that you go off to sleep. What do you do? And what would you say would be 3 things that people could take back home and say, this is what I can do to really stay up in my life? Thank you, Otto.
Thank you, Anu. I just want to tell you first that I just checked, and due to some technical thing, I have about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes now. I'm sorry.
Okay, so do Otto,
So,
it's right now, instead of hearing your routine, if you have time, can you play for us?
Yes.
yes, I will. I
We will
will
not let
definitely
you
do that. I
go.
will.
We will not let you go, Atal, without playing.
So yes. I will tell you shortly about my daily routine. I will play for you, and I would say thank you so much. So, um, daily routine. First of all, I usually wake up between 5 to 6. It depends if there's surfing early in the morning or not, because usually I try to go on the sunrise to catch the early surf just when the sun hits the water and to see the sunrise from the water. So, but otherwise, I would wake up around 6. I would practice my meditation for between 20 minutes to 1 hour, depends on the day. And then I wake up the family. I have 3 kids, so I make all the preparations to send them off to school with my dear beloved partner. And yeah, so that's the morning routine. I try to make some practice breathing techniques like the Wim Hof Method and Buteyko and Oxygen Advantage methods. I will not go into details right now, but I would say that connecting to the breath is something that I definitely recommend. To deep, very relaxed breaths of air through the nose. Um, so practicing the breath, sending the kids off. I don't eat anything. I don't eat a full meal until evening time. I just have one full meal a day. So I'm starting my day and I'm going to the workshop or meetings or whatever I have to do. If I work on my workshop, I usually listen to inspirational talks, audiobooks, things that are um, learning. It could be spiritual. It could be. I've been really trying to learn also music through my work, like listening to different kind of things in a repetitive mode and till it just feels like a part of my body. I even listened to the Bhagavad Gita for like about 10
Oh,
times. Just like in different variations, but it's just an amazing trip to listen to that creation. It's just wow, and to different versions of it, because there's also different audio versions of it. 10 times is not enough, even, I guess, to perceive like every word in the dictionary is there. It's like it's wow. Then I could have coffee, like butter coffee or with ghee, organic. It's great. Just still not eating. Then I go back home. I eat with my family. I try to turn the lights very dim about an hour or 2 hours after the sunset, not to see any screens before, or like a few hours before I go to bed. It makes my sleep much deeper. I also sleep with eye cover. It just makes a lot of difference, really. I also tape my mouth when I go to sleep, so it will stay closed during the night, because breathing from the nose, it's just much better and very healthy.
Good idea.
um, I, yeah, I try to work out every day, even if it's a little bit. My work is sometimes physical, but I try to do different kind of workout. I play with my kids in the morning um, for some time, and then when I go back home, so I try to start the day also after meditation playing with my kids, and also in the evening, so I don't miss out on their day. And sometimes when I go back from work, I just take my kids and go with them to just explore nature, or doing some rides in the car, or going to the beach. Life is good. Life is with full of great stuff. Um, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. And sometimes I have a meditation in the evening before I go to sleep. And there's also something I try to do is this before specific segments during the day. I try to say some kind of an intentional prayer before I start something new during the day. Not every day, but I try to do it often. Just
Wow.
setting your mind.
I mean, it's amazing that both our guests here are talking about playing with kids. Poonam was talking about painting with kids. You're talking about playing with kids. And how did I not mention it? It looks as if when you touch life and you play with life, what better way to play but with kids? And that kind of definitely refreshes and brings up an energy that nothing else can create. So, Atul, I would really request you to play for us some
yes.
that you're short of.
Yes, and
Thank you.
and by the way, I forgot to say that I'm also playing music a lot, but that's kind of clear, I guess.
Sure. Yes. We are anxiously waiting to hear you.
Yes. And we'll take a lot
Can
of
you
tips from him,
Yes, definitely, Poonam.
especially the mask and
Can
close
you-
your mouth. Like that.
Can you hear this?
Yes.
Yes.
It's slightly low right now. The voice is loud.
It's better.
Better, but it's still low.
It's very low. We cannot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I think I know what to do. One moment. I'm just gonna set the mics
Thank you.
now. This should be better.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Atul, we can't hear you.
I think it's the internet breaking up.
Yes.
Can you hear this?
vibration is there.
I think what you'll have to get it closer to the mic, because we
I
can.
will try again. It is actually fairly close. Can you hear this?
Yes.
See.
Let's just pray.
Okay.
So that
It starts off well and the voice disappears.
Yes, well, it's still going to India from Israel.
Better.
Let me see. Tell me if it's okay.
We got the
I know
gist
what
of
to do. Try to mute your mics.
Yeah, everybody mute your mic.
And then tell me.
Okay, let's do that. I'm muting for everyone here. You'll have to unmute yourself. I'm muting everyone. You'll have to unmute yourself. Yes, now play. Thank you.
Okay.
You should record and send it to us.
I have his recording.
Yeah, that'd be a better idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you couldn't hear it.
Oh, it starts off very loud and clear, but then after 2 seconds, the voice just does not come.
It disappears.
Yeah, I think it's the internet. So what I'll do is I'll just record something for you right now, and I'm just gonna send it over.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And next time we'll make sure it works.
Yes.
Thank you, Otel.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your
Thank you
time
so
with us.
much.
Poonam, you can continue with us. Otel has to leave because of some prior commitments.
Thank you so much, Otel.
Thank you so much for being
Anu.
with us. Thank you.
Until next time. Poonam, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Shobha.
Nice
Thank
meeting
you,
you.
Anu.
Lot of tips. We'll take it
you.
home.
Thank you.
We'll follow it up.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Poonam Bhabi.
Aye.
I attended the full session. Good to see you.
Session is not over, Neetu. If you can please mute yourself.
Yeah, I have to leave. So
Okay.
I just
All
wanted
right.
to say thank you to Poonam Bhabi.
Sure. Thank you.
We enjoyed the full meeting, but thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Ritu. Thank you for being there.
Thank you. Yes, Poonam, to continue with you.
Everybody's Bobby.
Ah.
I got married. My father-in-law told us, my brother-in-law, you must call her Bobby. So we are Bagnari community. So I'm Bobby to everyone. So it's a good title. I'm quite happy about that.
Absolutely.
And in my community, I got a lot of love, lot of respect, which I've treasured it all my life.
You gave that to everybody too, Bhabi. It's right.
Thank you.
That's why we feel connected. Thank you. I'm so glad I met you in this journey of life. God bless.
Thank you.
God bless.
Poonam, what
Yes.
is it? What is love for you? And what is the message that we need to learn from this pandemic as an individual or as a soulful community?
Okay. Love has a lot of meanings. It varies from person to person, But the true love is unconditional love. We say it unconditional, but when a time comes, you're my sister all my life. But when the time comes, that sister needs you something, then I don't know you,
Hands up.
So, hands up. You
Hands up.
said it, hands up. So don't make everybody your sister or your brother or so and so. If you have, then do give unconditional love, be with them all the time, help them in whatever way you can. Just as I said, small steps. While I was on this, I'm here now, I'm reading a message. One very old friend in our community, she looked after my daughter when she was a little baby. That lady's daughter just sent me, can you help me? My mother is seriously ill. Now, can you imagine, when my daughter was in Bombay, she didn't go to anybody. She only stayed with this friend of mine. And that gave me an opportunity to do other things. And today that mother is sick. So what I'm trying to say is, if you made that person your family friend or part of your family, when somebody needs, you should be there. Financially or emotional support you want, or however you want to reach, you should reach out. Don't ignore people. Don't ignore.
And what is the message that the pandemic is, as an individual, is, I mean, it's giving to the individual and as a community? What is the message you think, with all these calamities going on and this pandemic going on? There is a message from the universe for humanity, right?
Okay. You might think I'm very crazy. Okay. But it's okay. I accepted that. I was in Bombay for 4 months and we were in quarantine. People were so damn afraid to be, and we had quarantine in Bhutan. Everything was free. What I did, I started painting for 14 days. I put a lot of good messages. I can send you a photo on the wall, and say a prayer in the morning, say prayer in the evening. I light a candle, and I would send that picture to everybody. I said, stay happy. Things have come to us, right? Unexpected. We don't know. Our parents also went through a lot of hurdles and sicknesses or whatever they went through. Everything passed. So if we keep on chanting about COVID, we are talking about it every single day. Do we need to talk about it? We are living in that fear. We are living in that fear. You don't want to go out, fine, you don't go out. But don't address it every single day. How many passed away? How many are living? What happened? What are you eating? What are you drinking? Keep yourself happy and believe that this will also pass. This will also pass. So I don't concentrate on what's going to happen. What is going to happen, only Lord knows. Neither of us know. So leave it to him. Without any doubt, something good is going to happen.
Absolutely.
This is what I believe. Something good is going to happen. So I don't focus on it. I just don't focus.
Correct. That is the right thing to do, because what if we are focusing throughout the day, 24/7, only what's the news, what's going on, what's, when will this end? We are radiating that and we are attracting that as well.
Even when we are eating.
Yes.
When we are eating. In the past, we ate, we enjoyed. Nowadays, protein goes in this side of my stomach. Carb goes over here. Correct. Don't eat this, eat this. Just eat, man. Enjoy your meal.
Absolutely.
You say a grace and enjoy your meal.
Absolutely.
So that's why I said, people call me crazy, but it's fine. Lord knows.
Yes. Thank you so much, Poonam, and over to Anu.
So I'm really so thankful. Ortal obviously has left, and very grateful to what he said. And I'm so grateful to what Poonam has shared with us. And it's been a wonderful experience and a wonderful evening today. So I feel that this is such a beautiful journey that has got created over here by Shobha Arya in a journey that is holding us. And I've constantly said, wow, wow, wow. We're talking about society behind wow.
Shobha started the wow, and it continued. With Shobha, it continued. I got a recognition from Pradeep that I got a classy grandma's award now.
Right.
The Sindhi. And thanks to you, you connected me. Thanks to our Geeta Shiddasani who connected me. So all these people, again, I'm saying I'm very grateful. Right people come in my life, and there I am. And I sent you the video.
Yes.
My children were also very excited about all this.
Absolutely. And these connections that we are creating today are not by chance. They are not
No,
accidents. They are meant to be.
there is a reason. There's a
There.
purpose.
There's a purpose. I feel very grateful to each and every one of you on the Zoom session right now, to all your friends who are in Hong Kong, and to all our friends across the globe. So thank you very much. Keep connecting. Stay connected. Stay healthy.
And before we end the session, Anu, I would also like to once again announce that it is in collective consciousness that we can do a lot of things. Having said that, on 9th of May, to all the friends on Zoom, on all the friends on social media who are watching, 9th of May, we are having a huge group meditation at 6 o'clock in the evening to raise the vibrations and bless Mother Earth, because it is Mother's Day. So please do join us and make this better world a better place to live. It is in togetherness that things work out faster than you and me doing alone in our houses. So let's raise the vibrations and get together on the 9th again to bless Mother Earth. Thank you so much, Poonam. Thank you,
Shobha,
Narendra.
Shobha, can you add to the people around,
Yes,
the people who have to be recognized, not only
yes,
just for mothers, but the
yes,
helpers,
yes,
who are
yes,
taking care of our children, who are
correct.
doing all the job. That's why today we are in a position to make money. So the
Yes,
helpers of the house,
yes.
I'm
We
grateful
can
to them.
connect them. Yes, yes. Poonam,
Please.
also, if you have all your connections, you can send the Zoom link. They can join us from anywhere in the world.
Sure.
And, we can spread this goodness and radiate this goodness across.
Absolutely. So goodbye. Stay happy. Stay.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Stay happy.
Bye-bye.
Stay
Oh,
blessed.
thank you.
Love
Thank
you
you.
all. Bye-bye.
Love you all. Keep in touch.
Sure, definitely.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you once again.